Hello fellow airplane collectors, welcome back to another video. It's your host Ray. Today I've got the Gemini Jets Hawaiian Airlines Boeing 767-300 in 1:400 scale. This video is just going to be a model review, as in I'm going to talk about the box and the model itself. The good the model has, the bad, and my personal opinion. So yeah, the reason I'm making this video, I usually don't make videos on models that are over a year old. The reason I'm making this is because I haven't seen many videos of this specific model, like the model with this specific registration. So I figured I'd make it and talk about it so people who do have the chance to buy this model know what they're buying or can decide if they're going to buy it or not. So that's why I'm making this video. But enough talk about that, let's jump right into it. First I'll talk about the box, then the model itself. So let's move this to the side and I'll show you the box. So here's the front. Take a moment to look at that. Here's the bottom. If my camera would focus. Sorry about that. Here's the right side. Left side. Identical to the right side. And the top of the box. Here's the back. Also, I should have said this before I did this. If I went too fast, feel free to pause the video to see like whichever side of the box for an extended period of time if you want to look for a certain detail. Here's the back. I'm not sure if the camera's focused, so yeah, should be focused now. So if you want to read what's on here, go for it. All right, so that's that. Now I'm going to show you the inside of the box. The model arrives in two pieces of plastic. The one on the bottom is a dark blue. The one on the top is clear. It holds the model in there, and there's usually a little clear plastic sheet that goes over the model. Not sure what that's for, but I guess it protects the antennas and stuff. So, and oh, sorry about that. There was quick interruptions. Here's the flap. This is what's under the flap for the box. It displays a lot of information about the aircraft's history, as well as these just statistical information for the specific airplane that is being replicated. So take a moment to read this if you want. Pause the video, and if you're having trouble seeing this information, that's the best I can do for you right now. So try and read it, and if you want to pause the video, go for it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the box. Now let's talk about the model itself. Alright, so here's the model. I gotta say it's a really nice model, but I won't give you my personal opinion until the end of the review. So I'll start by doing a quick 360 of the model so you can see all around it. So yeah, let's do that. Here, let me zoom out the camera so I have enough room to show the model. Yep, so that's that. Starting up at the front of the aircraft, take a second to look at the nose. Quite a few details, but I really don't want to poke my pencil on the model and damage it, so yeah, you can actually see a small Hawaiian Airlines logo right there with the portrait of, what can I say, the woman that's on the tail. I mean, you can barely recognize it. I don't think it has the same amount of detail as the actual portrait on the tail, but I guess you can say it's the logo. Here's what the cockpit windows look like. Pretty lined, looks good. And now we'll go over the rest of the fuselage. So I'm going to move the model from left to right, so if you want to pause to see something, go for it, but I really don't have much commentary to say for this portion of the video. Alright, so if I went too quick, feel free to rewind and pause the video. Now let's talk about the engines. Well, from here, this is what the inside of the engine looks like. Really detailed. It's shaded a sort of darkish metallic gray color, so nothing really special about that. The engines overall, in terms of shape, are pretty good. I think I noticed earlier was that there's a decent gap between the engine pylon and the actual engine itself, so just take a moment to... Alright, there you go, now you can see it. Take a moment to look at that if you want. Not a major issue, but I just felt like pointing it out. Now here's the tail of this plane. Looks really cool. You can see that I think that's a little stain right there. I'll try and get rid of that later, but that's just a stain. Not sure if that's actually from the model, like from production, but yep. And here's what the rest of the tail looks like. Looks really good. And here's the other side. Alright, now I'll show you the wings. I'll show you the top of the left wing. This is what it looks like. Very good quality, not much to... I really don't have any complaints about it. And here's the winglet. I really like the winglets on this mold. And give it a sec. Sorry, I'm going to try and focus the camera. It just doesn't want to cooperate right now. There you go. Alright, so that's what the winglet looks like. Or the shape of it. Looks really good. Just better than the current Gemini Jets mold. I just want to say that. And I'll show you the bottom of the right wing. Basically no detail, but that's not really that big of an issue in my book. Now I'll talk about the details on the top of the aircraft. So here, there's not much. You can just see a red dot, which represents a light. There's an antenna here. 2 more black dots. I'm not sure what those are. And then, and then 2 more antennas. All of the antennas arrived intact and on the model correctly, so that was really nice. Alright, so now I'll talk about the bottom of the aircraft, including the landing gear. So this is what it looks like. Landing gear are painted a silver metallic color. Looks good. And the wheels actually roll, so that's also a nice feature. That was the front landing gear. It was very common for this front landing gear to arrive bent, and that's what happened to mine. And I was actually able to bend it to the correct position, so I'm going to assume that the landing gear are made out of plastic, so just keep that in mind. And here's the rear landing gear. The wheels roll on this one as well. However, on the left side here, the wheels are a little stiff, so just be aware of that. The wheels might arrive stiff or actually completely fused to the landing gear, so they might not be able to roll. Alright, so here's the rest. Not really any detail at the bottom. Honestly, it's not a complaint. I'm just pointing that out for those of you who are touchy about that stuff. Here's the top of the aircraft. If you're curious about the proportions of the wings and the fuselage. Overall, everything looks balanced. Just in term. And here's the bottom. If you're curious, I'm gonna try and hold this one the best way I can. Oops. Yep. Sorry, that's the best I could do. I know it's not really that good, so yep. Alright, so that's basically it for the review. Wow, that took a while. Sorry for wasting so much time. But now for my personal opinion, it's a really good model. If you do get the chance to buy one, I suggest going for it. And the mold is really good. And fun fact, this mold actually isn't a Gemini Jets mold. This is the Phoenix models mold. And it's much better than the current Gemini Jets mold, so I advise getting this model if you do actually get the chance to buy it. I advise getting it as soon as you can, because I'm not sure if there's a high demand for it, but it is really rare nowadays, so yes, definitely get it if you can. Also, I'd like to point out a feature with this model in specific that's unique. I'm not sure if this is rare or not, but from what I saw on the Gemini Jets database page, most of the models with this registration, which is N590HA, don't have the antennas. They don't have the little antennas. But for some reason, this model does, and I'm very grateful that it does, because I really don't like the models without the antennas. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out. But that's basically it for this video. If you thought this was cool, comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment those as well, and I'll answer them as soon as possible and to the best of my abilities. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you want to show some support, and share this with your friends who might find this interesting. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.